Hello everybody, this is Make It Better, and today we're doing what deku was cheated on part 8. Yeah, I didn't think it would go this far, but here we are. Um, if the video is longer or shorter, it's because I'm going to take a different route. Something has happened. And what else should I say? Yeah, that'll be it for my real life. Now, in the story, Zuko has Saturday and Sunday. That's what the days he took for Miracle and Zero. Now on Monday through Friday, Zuko was training on his quirk and more electric types coming out. Huh. So right now he's able to point at a certain direction and do a electric shock, a lightning rod, technically, and enough to knock them out. And Zuko can do it about 5 times at very max, and he can have super strength as well. Where else? I was focused on story way too much. I need to get back into the action. Alright. Here we go. On the second week of getting out, Zuko was training. He was given a call by Jiro. Jiro asked about this time and it was good or not to go on a date. Zuko was cool with it. He texted her back, and as they met up, Jiro was dressed in a regular jeans shirt, but more purple into the color. It looks normal, but Zuko was expecting like a more fancier stuff, or well, actually he wasn't. For some reason he thought of it, but nothing really flashy came out for Jiro. Zuko came by wearing that kind of shirt, nothing special, and it was more of a music date. Basically, she recommended some music that Zuko might like, and he put on the headsets and listened to it. And he, as most people, some people would, and actual people that would like to talk about it, would actually start talking about the songs and how it felt listening to it. And Jiro said, exactly, I felt the same way listening to it as well. Alright. And that, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I hate this. Oh shit. So it must be that bad every day. Great. Where was I? Come on. Alright, this place is worse. I'm sorry, I'm more focused on work on the road than I am on the video. Sorry about that. Now, after that little moment of talking about all the songs, she actually took Zuko off into a restaurant. It's nothing special, and it's all well. Oh damn! It's really pissing me off right now. Okay, I'll just go down in the 40s instead of a freaking 60. Oh, fucking this thing. All right. Yeah, this is not a normal one since I'm a little pissed. Now, where was I? Fuck. She took him to a nice restaurant, and as they went in, it was a cosplay cosplay restaurant where you have to pay a little bit more money, but you'll be able to cosplay as whoever you want. Usually, most women and men cosplay as a husband and wife or a duo of any kind of superhero. Which Jiro was really happy to finally do it with somebody because she was really excited to do this. So she turned to Zuko and asked what he would like to try. Zuko thinks about it and said, "How about," and he gets a little stupid grin, "How about we become a butler and a maid?" Jiro was very flustered and very embarrassed because she was like expecting like either the wedding dress or some kind of hero, but not that. So her plan kind of backfired. But when she had the chance to see what she looked like, she was a little more embarrassed because she's going to show it in front of Zuko. And when Zuko comes out, all nice. Let me see if I have. No, I don't think I have it. No, I don't have it. Sorry, I thought I could it by then. But he comes out in a full suit, and he started acting like a butler. He said, "Hello, ma'am. Will I take you to your seat, madam?" And Jiro doesn't know what to do. She's like completely flustered. Her face is red, and she said, "I get closer to her and said, it's your turn. I thought we had to act like what we want to be." And she said, oh, yeah. And so she acts like a maid would be and say, "Hello, sir. Let me please take you to your table." And they're kind of chuckling at this point. Now they're talking all the stuff, and it's a little weird where the waitress had to come by in order for their food, and Zuko is being a waiter as well, and acting like he worked there, which he doesn't, but it's still funny. But Zuko finally quit the act, took off his vest, put it on the side, and said, "Okay, I'm off duty right now. So what do you want to talk about?" She says some things, Zuko comments, and so on and so on. It kept going for... They have their food, they ate it. They ate it and kept talking and talking, where to a point where it's closing time. Zuko looked at the time and said, "Wow, I guess time does fly by when you're having fun." And Jiro looked at the time and said, "Oh, 3 hours. I did not expect that. I did not plan for anything else. I guess that'll be the end of our date." And Zuko said, "Yes, our date. I mean, if you want, we can go somewhere else and have more fun." Jiro said, "Like what kind of fun?" Zuko said, "Well, we can go to a park and enjoy the scenery and listen to the birds." She, okay. Should we get something to eat as well? Zuko said, "No. Where we're going, it has a little food truck. It'll be fine. I'll pay for that one." So they do. Zuko is walking right next to her and just talking until she gets catcalled. And it's really some messed up stuff, even though she's an adult, but these kind of things from older men is still drawing her off. So Zuko gave a glare at all of them and said, better stop the talking, or I'll make you stop talking. Which some of the guys do stop because they. It's raining. Until one guy said, "And what are you gonna do? Are you like her girlfriend or something? Her boyfriend or something?" Sorry, I forgot which one was talking. And Zuko said, "Yeah, I am." He grabbed her hand and said, "Do you have any problems with that?" Now, at this point, Zuko would have a deeper voice. He's forcing it out to scare the guys because he can beat them down, but he'd rather not. Shit. Getting loud. Huh. What should I do? Jiro was very embarrassed, but she started pulling Zuko away and started running straight up to the park. After that moment, for Jiro to take her breath, Zuko is more holding onto her hand and looking around to make sure that no one followed them. Zuko sighed in relief and said, "So, I'm sorry for that. Does that happen often?" And she said, "No. Maybe it's just that I wore this." And Zuko said, "Yeah, I can see why. You do look very pretty in that." And Jiro just got a little flustered, but shakes it off. "So, where should we go?" Zuko said, "I'll just like wander around the pond." Zuko and Jiro said, "Okay." A few moments has passed. They already have food from the food truck. There was crepes. Jiro had strawberries and whipped cream. Zuko had blueberries and whipped cream. As Jiro asked for a bite from his, Zuko asked a bite from hers. Well, Zuko had some whipped cream on the side of his mouth. Jiro saw this and said, "Here, let me get that." There's a moment of Zuko looking straight at her as Jiro took it with her tongue. She licked it right off. Ate it, kind of giggled a little bit, but she was more freaked out that Zuko was staring at her at the whole time. She pushed him away and said, "Stop, you're embarrassing me." Now, Zuko kind of let the chuckles and said, "That was a good move, Jiro. By that kind of reaction, I thought you wanted to go further." Now, Zuko is now kind of forcing it, but by the looks on her and her reactions, it seems like she wants it too. She's saying, "I mean, you're like a great guy and all, but I mean, we've only been dating for 2 weeks." And Zuko said, sorry. I guess we can end the date here and focus on our training." Jiro kind of like hold on to him and said, "Wait, can we please stay a little longer?" Out in the sky, the sun is setting down to the ocean. The sky is now turning orange, a little bit of purple, and getting darker and darker. She asked if they can just stay there for a little longer. Zuko agrees, take off his jacket, put it around Jiro since he saw her getting colder. And she put it on, smells the jacket, and thinks that it smells just like him. They're both sitting on a bench, looking on the horizon. And when the stars come out, Jiro is leaning on Zuko, and Zuko wraps his arm around her. sounds of the fishes swimming around, the crickets making some noises, the flies coming around and just flying around. When it gets down to the dark and start showing the stars up in the sky, Zuko said, look how beautiful these stars are. And we're enjoying our time. And Joe took this opportunity and kissed Zuko right in the mouth. It was a quick kiss for 2 seconds, and she pulled away and said, right. And she's kind of like turned away, but Zuko can see that she's blushing because of her ears are red. Now, okay, good. Alright, that's good. Now, sorry, I had to check in a certain area because people dump there illegally. So basically a helper, I'm cleaning things up. Back to it, Zuko grabbed her hand because she was like about to run because she like stood up and was getting ready for a stance to run. Zuko grabbed her hand before she ran, turned her around like a girl would love, twirl around 3 times, catch her on his arms, and give her a real romantic kiss. Put her back on her feet and said, well, until next time. Zuko, he walked away, and Jiro is just standing there stunned, and she's just remembering the taste of blueberries. So another week has passed, and they're going back to school. Zuko has been meeting up with Miracle 2 other times, and they're basically the same. Zuko lasts longer than Miracle, but she's still surprised, and she somewhat is talking about it to her friends. One of them is very interested to see how good he is reading. So the next time she goes, she'll ask for a partner named Zuko, adore him. Now over at the school, they're being told they have to go to the sports festival. They thought it would be like 2 days away, but it's actually 1 day away. And so they are. Zuko's now talking more to Jiro about some stuff, and they did not say date, but they did say their little hangout. Now, where should I start some drama? Yes. Now, the rumor has gone around that 3 people have completed the Nomu single-handedly, even though it was Zuko's direction. And now a bunch of classes of 1B, 1C comes by and want to check out the future hero with quotation marks. They blocked through the door as Zuko was leaving to go for lunch. You see everybody coming out. Shinso, coffee bitch. Sorry, I just like saying it. It's way better than Monoma. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'll have to search through my pictures, and I did find one that would be perfect for that date. So imagine Zuko wearing this, and then changing into the butler uniform. Yeah, sorry about that. I just had to stop and see. Now, where was I? Oh, I'm not going to work now, so you guys get more time. Zuko looked at everybody and seeing how rude they are to him and to everybody else. And one of them was saying some really messed up stuff, saying that all you are just weaklings to my domain and stupid stuff like that. I really can't be ignorant and mad. But Zuko looks at both all of them and asks, "Can you please move? I would like to get go to lunch," in a very nice way, which kind of like surprised some of them. But they thought that that the Class 1A will be really arrogant, which they were proven right because when Zuko finished, Bakugo speaks out of line and saying all of these extras should move out of the way because greatness is coming through. Zuko turns around, smack him right on the head like Kendo does to Monoma, and when that happens, Bakugo got knocked out, woke up, looked both ways, looked at Zuko, and he shut up and just walked away. I just want to do that. I really like doing those. No, Kendo, Yabara, Pony. I think there's more, but I forgot their names. The girls are very surprised that, for Zuko, they got his name by somebody else. Zuko was forceful, but yet sweet to everybody else. And some things has been going on. Jiro finally walked up to Zuko, grabbed his hand, and said, "Come on, we're gonna be late." And Zuko said, "All right, all right." Uh, and he turns to everybody and give a polite bow and said, "I'll hope to see you over at the festival." Their date has gone by, having their lunch, and Monoma start talking some more shit. Zuko just turned to him and said, "So, what's your quirk for you to talk like this?" He said, "I have the great power of copying other quirks." Zuko said, "Oh, like a ripoff." Some people kind of like choke on their food because that's kind of like how they thought of it too, but they didn't want to be rude. And he said, "I beg your pardon? How would you be so rude to a future pro hero?" Zuko said, "Hmm, like I act with everybody else who's rude to me." Monoma, uh, he doesn't know what to say because no one took this kind of attitude to him. Usually it's just one hit sorry, or something like talking right back in a real messed up argument that they will never win. But Zuko's somehow winning with just a few words. He said, "Now please leave me alone. I'm having lunch with my friends." He's, he finally leaves. Kendo comes by and apologizes for him. He sometimes go off the rails every day. Zuko said, "I understand. We also have a problem here as well. No one's perfect, but it's nice to know that a person from another class is going through some problems." Kento thanks him for the nice words, but she's putting herself down on that she won't be a good hero with her quirk. And Zuko, he's getting more irritated because he used to be like this without his quirk and with one for all. Zuko grabbed her hand, a little tired. Kendo was a little surprised that Zuko would grab her hand, but what he said next really surprised her and said, "You know, everybody says that because they're scared to see the future. I got tired of it and I wanted to see what I can be. So please, think of yourself much more. Who knows? Maybe you become one of the heroes that would save somebody's life. Keep that in mind. And the bell rings. Everybody was leaving. Zuko was a little irritated that he had to say that in front of everybody, but he had to speak his mind, or she'll keep doing that thing in front of him. One moment, let me get some water. A few hours has passed by doing some classwork, and for some reason Zuko is getting more pissed off and more irritated by everybody right now. He doesn't know why, and Juro is seeing this. She tried calming down, but Zuko, he's just getting more and more irritated by everybody. And maybe because it's stress from work or stress by everybody, but today is not a good day. And since it's been a long time, he did not want to hear something that came from one person's mouth. Uraraka comes by after class and asking Zuko if they can talk. Zuko say, fine, let's do it here. And she said, no, like somewhere more private. She's like touching her hands kind of nervously. Zuko knows where this is going, and he does not like this. The Jiro is listening it in and now telling everybody else what's going on. Bakugo is getting real pissy at this because that's her girl, and he doesn't like Zuko talking to her. Uraraka comes out and says that she's really miserable being with Bakugo, forcing everything she wants to do with him, and she missed all the good times. She's saying all these good things that has happened with Zuko and her. Zuko's getting real irritated that she finally noticed, but doesn't know how far gone she's missed. She's saying all the good things, and Zuko said, yes, yeah, why not? Let's go through this whole thing again. Let's go through all the great and happy memories that we did have. I said did, as I mind you. All the dates, all the times I encouraged you to go follow your dream, all the time, all the points, tips, and helpful, useful work that you could do to raise up money for your family. All of that, and yet you chose to sleep with my bully. That was your choice. No, I'm not gonna take this. You had your chance, you lost it, now you're gonna go through that guilt for the rest of your life. I don't give a crap anymore. Some people are a little shocked that Zuko actually cursed. Now, as Zuko was about to walk away, Bakugo was smashing through some doors to get to them. Looking straight at Zuko and told him that stay away from my girl. You lost your chance, and Zuko's getting real pissy. And said, alright, fine. Okay, I found this on TikTok. It would be perfect for this video. Zuko saying, I don't give a crap. You can take her. I do not give a crap. It's your fucking choice. Fine, leave. As he's leaving away, Baku said, so I won. I took your girl and I won. And Zuko is getting real pissy. His eyes are having electric, turning on one for all. The electricity is going through his body, and said,
y'all got what you want, right? You fucking won. Congratulations! But now I'm sorry because this ship has fucking sailed. If you want to be a part of my life, You're gonna have to fucking prove it to me now. Nobody gets a fucking free pass anymore. You want my trust? Earn it. You want my respect? Fucking earn it. You want my fucking love and time and energy? Fucking earn it. Nobody gets to ride this ride for fucking free anymore. So congratulations to every single one of you who got their ticket and they decided to whip up the fucking ticket. You wanted this? You got it!
After that little thing happened, and Jiro runs right next to Zuko, grabbing his hand and pulling him away. As Zuko's face finally turns back down to his nicer form. And Jiro is asking him what's going on as they are leaving away. Bakugo is shocked that Zuko has cussed in front of him and said all those things, and it's finally hitting home what Bakugo did. And Horaka, she regrets everything. She finally has the courage to tell Bakugo that she's done with all of this. Bakugo does not fight it. Because of that little outburst, he can't say anything because he's still terrified. So they finally broke up after, I think, 4 months or 3. I really want to do that part. Sorry. Something stuck. Zuko explaining that it was all the pressure from work and today, and that girl talking about how badly she was talking about her quirk. It really reminds him of his old self, how he used to be. And Jiro was taking a chance, and hopefully it will pay off. She basically grabbed him by the shoulder and hugged him in the back. She tells him that it's okay, I'll be here. A few moments pass, and his heart is finally down, beating in the same rhythm that he should be. Now, I think you guys can hear this raining. I don't want to be outside in the rain, so I'm going to be here talking some more. I need to search for their other names. No, let's go into the sports festival. Now they're getting on the bus and going to the sports festival. As they get there, they're talking. They're more enjoying it until Todoroki stood up and talked to Zuko, saying that he will be my rival for this event. I want to try your explanation about my quirk. I've been practicing and I want to see if you, I guess, approve. And Zuko said, yeah, I'm very excited to see what you can do. Sorry for my outburst from yesterday. I just couldn't take the pressure, I guess. Everybody else is talking as they were basically leaving, and Joel pulled him back and asked for a little talk. He agrees to talk with her, and she asks, "So what are we? Are we boyfriend girlfriend, or are we something else?" And Zuko said, "Well, I really do enjoy the dates and teasing you sometimes." As she kind of blushes, but I'm not really ready for dating or becoming a couple seriously. I should tell you, I've been seeing somebody else on the side, which hurts Jiro a lot. It does. But when Izuku said it's like one of these pro heroes, it interests her. Like, what did he say or do to get a pro hero to talk with him? And she thinks it's only talking. But when Izuku said, well, it's more of a friends with benefits. I've been actually sleeping with this person. Jiro kind of got hurt by hearing this because she thought that Zuko would probably do it with her. She was really hoping for it. But she had to take it in and said, oh, um, um, I mean, like, Zuko said, well, we can still keep going on dates. I'm not really tying down on anybody. And she said, oh, so what are you gonna be doing? Zuko said, I guess, doing the things that I never thought I'd be doing, I guess. And she said, okay, but I wanted to, and she's kind of like tearing up, to spend more time with him, spend time with you, and get to know you, and more stuff. Luke said, what do you mean by more stuff? Please be more specific with me. And Jiro said, like going further into the more than kissing. Her ears are turning red. She's trying to cover them up. And Zuko leans closer to her, 1 inch away from face to face, and said, I mean, we can still do it. I do have feelings for you. You're a very nice girl. And I can still talk to you about all of these things without worrying about gossip or you twisting the story for anybody else. That's why I like you this way. And Jiro said, I really do, I really want to, but I mean, is it wrong? If it feels right, but it feels, uh, to me, I think it's wrong. And Zook said, it's okay. I thought of it too. But we can always try. I cannot force you, but we can try and do some other stuff without being officially a couple. We can still go on dates and all that stuff, but I don't think I'll ever be how I used to be with Maraga. It still hurts, but I'm going through it. So they go back. What the? God damn. After that little moment, they are up in the crowd, and instead of Bakugo taking a speech, is Suku. Because of his paperwork and tests that he's been doing, it's way higher than everybody else. That he's improved a lot more. So he comes up, talks about some stuff. I'm didn't really prepare for this part because it's all off of a whim. And the being it's all being told by Miss Midnight. She explained the rules about what's going on. 0 pointers are going to be coming up sometime in this test. And the first one is a race towards the end. Now everybody's getting ready. Zuko is back, all the way to the back. And And when President Mike said, "Ready, set, go," everybody runs. Todoroki frees the floor. Zuko breaks the floor for everybody else to get out and and charge up one for all 15%. Nope, 16%. And runs straight towards them, going up the wall on the side, going kind of like a big U on under. He's running upside down, which is shocking some people. Are saying, "What? How can he do something like that?" And they turn to Kaminari and ask him if he can do that. He said he never tried, but he's gonna do it. If he tried, one step up and learning that he can do it too, which is surprising because now Zuko seemingly has two quirks. And Zuko gets off going up to the first robot, dodging the one pointer and breaking it, going towards the next pointer that's in his way, breaking it, until he sees a zero pointer. He charges up one for all, but instead of the force, the muscles, he's charging up the actual fuck, electricity around his body into his fist. He's moving it side to side, kind of like a Rasengan, and he's informing it as the same shape. He saw it on the show, so he wants to try it. And he said Rasengan towards the robot fist, and it's disappearing completely, and the rest of the fist is gone. It's going up to his arm. The electric, elect. Oh great, I can't say that. The lightning inside it went through the whole robot and shut down its system, circuiting itself, which turns the lights back down to becoming off. Zuko ran past it while it stood there like nothing. Zuko is first place. Coming from behind is Todoroki. Now Todoroki is doing the same thing as in canon. As he takes down a robot with ice, with two robots with ice, it goes off balance, falling, crushing two people. They come out as Tetsu and Kirishima. They both complain about how their quirks are basically the same, and no, he will never be showing off or able to show off with someone like him by his side. He took Tetsu, saying that you're a damn copycat. Why are you copying me? As they're running at the same pace. That little instant is going on quite finely. Zuko go up to the Grand Canyons and looks around, see how things are. So he just took a few steps back, charge up one for all, this time for the jumping power, ran right to the edge because people think he's gonna jump. Nope, he's still running. He's running so fast that it seems like he's not, that he's flying. And he ran towards the next pillar. When he had enough room for running, he finally jumped off that pillar, which broke out the whole pillar and all the strings that was connected to that, which made it into a little harder obstacle for everybody else. He jumped off, going over the whole canyon, barely missing the edge, which did that little motion of almost falling but not falling kind of motion. And he just swiped his his hands forward and back really quickly, which pushed them forward. Now, to everybody else, they're surprised that one of the people, that Todoroki and other people are seeing this. He was on one of the lines that Zuko broke as he was trying to get on. But luckily, he backtracked and all the rope finally came off and went down. So Todoroki had to take another route. Now everybody else comes by, see this, do the same thing, and try and get there. Now, what was the other one? The mines. Zuko see all these and decides to run. He wants to see if he's faster or not. And he went to 5% and see how slow they are because it's exploding right when he's leaving. So he goes to 10%, then 15%. Up to there, he's going fast enough where he's not triggering anything. It seems like he's not stepping on anything, which is a little weird. But his electricity is shocking each and every bomb that he steps, which making them explode. Now he's the winner, of course, because of all this. Bakugo's finally keeping coming up for Todoroki. He was one of the few that got stuck in the ice for a little longer than others. Yes, I'm doing this. Yeah. And Uraka is also coming up real close. She's not going to be up 10, she's going to be around the 20s. After all that, Todoroki is second, Bakugo is third, everybody else is how they are. Nijoro made it as well. Well, the announcement said it's going to be a cowardly battle. So 3 people on the as the horses and 1 person as the rider. Everybody is avoiding Zuko, but a few are not. These few will be Juro, Mei, and Ibara. Zuko asked her what's her quirk, and she said it's vines. Should be really useful for the rear. And Zuko said, actually, I think you'd be perfect for the rider. Huh. Yes, I see. I'm okay. I got this. And we're basically gonna be running, so prepare for the sneak attacks that's gonna be coming up. Now Ibara is on top. Zuko's up front. Jiro's in the back, and Mei is in the back as well. And she's have her jets on her and Jiro, and Zuko pretty much told her that he can run just as fast as these machines, or even better. She said, how fast he can go. He said this amount. She said a lot less. Zuko will turn it down to that speed for it can not overwork itself. She said, thank you for taking care of my babies. Zuko was a little weirded out, also for the Jiro, but kept going. Jiro's getting a little jealous by him talking to all of these other girls, even though they just had that little conversation. Now, Zuko explained the plan on what they're going to be doing, basically running to each corner in this kind of fashion, and when someone is there already, move to the next one to make it seem random. And Ibara, she had to have her vines all out at all times, about 5 if she could, and just be around them for any special attack. Zuko will push one of the vines towards the quirk before it can be blocked, and she can cut off her own vines at will, of course. But Zuko will cut it off for her. So all this is going on, and the smaller guys trying, failing, turning away, and going to others. The other ones are who took Jiro. I think Jiro is just a new person. Don't think she. No, she made it. Okay, I'll we be replacing. Who should I replace? Ah, Kaminari with um Jiro. Sorry about people that like Kaminari. He was doing good, but he's not gonna win at any match. No, the first team that challenged Zuku's team with the 10 million points is Bakugo with Kirishima, Momo, and Uraka. Araka's not the top because she can make everybody float, and she somehow convinced Bakugo to be on the ground. She's basically told him that he can fight with people more often without worrying about the points. He took this offer and took it. And with that moment, she tried to fight against Zuko. Bakugo is taking low blows at Zuko, and Zuko's taking it like a champ. He's becoming like a Kirishima, hardening his skin, well, flexing his skin where it's impossible to hurt him. And Zuko charge up a charge bolt towards the ground, which everybody Zuko told everybody to jump, and it was too slow for everybody else, and shocked them as well, tasing them, stunning them for just a few moments. Uraraka was still flowing, but she was connected with somebody, and she got her points taken away. Zuko purposely dropped it because he wants to see the fights more often. So he's taking the points, but he's dropping it like in a crowd of other people. And Uraka said that she lost her points, and one of them pointed out that they're over there with all those people, and Bakugo said, "Oh, those extras. It'd be fun punching those dummies." Now, when the time is getting real close, but no one else wanted to fight against them. The second place holder of Todoroki's team, he didn't want to do it. He wanted to wait until the final match because he knows how they're moving around and it's going too fast, even for Ira to keep up. Damn, it's going longer. Yeah, I'll keep going. I don't give a crap. First match, basically the same thing. Zuko just convinced after the fight of Zuko almost losing, going towards Shinso, doing an air blast at him, and the announcement saying that he has two quirks, and as so hears this, he complains on how great of his life must have been. Zuko said, "No, actually, I'm a late boomer. I never awakened my quirk until I was in high school. Beginning of high school, I never had any quirk. I was deemed quirkless. And just recently, I learned I have a second quirk. So 4 years of one training after another to get this point." Senso finally gets it that people are also having a bad time, and this guy is somehow had the bad hand and somehow working with it. So he takes this in, and Zuko also pointed out one more thing. Your quirk? That'd be such a useful quirk. Capturing every single villain just by a single phrase. I just need, but focus on your training on your, and he's now talking to him as they're leaving, and so it's taking everything in since he's one of the strongest. He just got beaten by him, and now he's getting help by him. So his mixed feelings about this, but he went along with it and started listening. As some of his classmates is starting agreeing with Zuko on these point of views. And Zuko also said, "I think you'd be perfect with our teacher. I'll see if he agrees, and maybe he would like train you." So Sensho said, "Thank you." Am I? And he turns to his friends and said, "Did he just like give me a chance to become a class 1 student?" And some of them said, "I think so. Yeah, seems like it." Now Zuko's fighting against Todoroki. No, well, everybody else fights against everybody is the same thing. Ibaro and Jiro, when they're fighting, she's trying to do sonic waves or a high volume, but her vines are blocking that as well. A few swipes away, and Zero was out of bounds by a centimeter off her from her heel, which was kind of sad, kind of bad, but she got forced out longer than Kaminari ever would. Now, the next fight. Yeah, I'm doing it. Why not? I'm gonna like this. Not yet. I'm not gonna do that one yet. That'll be like the finale. Now, first, Zuko versus Todoroki. They are starting their match, and Todoroki's father is walking up to Zuko and telling him to make him use his fire. Zuko said, "And what if I don't? What if he beats me with just his ice? What are you gonna do, number 2 hero?" With some attitude. And Endeavor, I actually forgot his name. He's such a bad character, I actually forgot his name. But Endeavor threatened him and saying that you will never get a job outside of UA. And Zuko said, "Oh, uh-huh. Yeah, keep talking. Once a piece of trash, always a piece of trash. Maybe you're more like a dumpster fire." Which Endeavor does not like, and so he raised up the temperature on his fire and tried to hit Zuko. Zuko dodged it, hit his arm straight down, dislocating it, his whole arm now, as he's kind of screaming and taking in the pain. Zuko said, "You'll be alright, just pop it right back in. See, like mine." Zuko, he did it right in front of Endeavor, dislocating his arm and then showing it that it is dislocated and popping it right back in with not a single flinch. He walked away, shocking Endeavor because he never thought a kid would do that. And when Endeavor tried to put it right back, it hurt like hell for him. And he thinks, this kid was able to put it back without hesitation? And he's going back to a fight? Oh, damn. Kids these days. Okay. Now, Zuko is going to be fighting with Todoroki. Todoroki tells Zuko that he's going to be using your first technique, your first tip. Zuko said, "Oh, that's good. So I'm finally going to use that side." And he said, "As much as I hate Endeavor, I'm more scared of you than I am of him." Zuko said, "Yeah, I understand. I just did bitch slap a Bakugo a few times." Zuko kind of chuckles, and surprisingly, Todoroki chuckles as well, because that is so funny. He still had the video and copying it and making a meme out of it. Yes, he does know memes. He just likes playing dumb. Yeah, I like this picture a little bit more. No. I would stop it, but I don't want to. No cliffhangers. I just hate those. Yeah, I'll keep going. Now, they have their fight. It's going quite well. Zuko using one for all, 5% to break down all the ice, kept going and going until Todoroki is getting freezer burns over his body, and getting higher and higher over, and more ice coming up. Zuko saying, "It looks like you're at your limit. I guess I should get serious at this point." And Todoroki, shocking everybody else in the stands, but Zuko, Seeing Zuko giving a bigger grin, and seeing Toroki melting the ice with his flames. He wasn't able to do it internally, so he had to bring it out in his left hand to melt it all. Which Endeavor is very happy about, but he can't say anything because he's not really using the fire as he wanted to. Then Zuko just looks. He just give a glance to Toroki, look over at Endeavor and said, "See, he's using your fire, but it's only for support. It's nothing special." Giving more spite to Endeavor. Zuko said to Toroki, "You can use your fire all you want, do whatever you need. It's more of a support item than a quirk to me." And Toroki agrees. It'd be more insulting to say it's a support item than a actual quirk. Now Zuko charged up his one for all. Now he's getting the field of electricity going over his body. And so when Toroki finally throws some icebergs, instead of knocking it out, Zuko and jump up, landing on it, which made a lightning rod straight towards Toroki. Electric. Fuck, don't know words. Shocking him to a point where he's smoking out of his body. It was from his fire, but now it's from his eyes that's making him smoke, and that little attack, it got him really dazed. Then Zuko breaks the rest of the ice and knocks, kind of push him off, basically, which he did and fall off the edge of the ring, deeming him disqualified. So the root, he's and basically Bakugo's gonna lose against Todoroki. I'm skipping a fight because we're all gonna enjoy it, and that's gonna be the end of the video. But basically, Zuko first, Todoroki second, and Bakugo third. As Bakugo was very pissed off and was trying to get to the everybody else, but he's chained up, and can leave. Now to the one fight that everybody is hoping to see, and this will be the end of the video. Right after this fight, they announced that Bakugo Katsuki versus Uraka Ochako. They just broke up. Bakugo is grinning like a madman, and Uraka is kind of freaking out. She was hoping that she was not going to fight against him, but she has to now. And a last-ditch effort to ask Zuko for any help and advice. Zuko looks to her. "Who are you again?" She said, I'm Ochako, your she stopped and said, "I'm your classmate, Uraka." Okay. Who you fighting against? She points to to Bakugo. Zuko said, "Just take the L. Don't entertain him. He'll be more pissed either way." She does not like this answer, saying that, "Why don't you give me more advice like you do with everybody else? What's so different about them that am I like weak to you, or am I?" Zuko stopped her and said, "You're weak, yes. You do not have a fighting style, yes. You do not have emotions that is useful for any kind of fight that would help anybody, yes." He's saying a lot of mean things to her. And then said one last thing. "If you know how to use your quirk, you'll find a way to actually beat him." And he walks away. So she's going to be doing the same thing in canon to raise up all the rubble that he's exploring. A lot more than usual, as she did a distraction with her clothes. Bakugo said something real messed up that shocked the rest of the stadium, saying, "I already seen you naked. I don't need to see it again." Bunch of waste of space. Uraka got a little pissed and emotional. Everybody else in the stadium gets a lot more pissed to hear this and say it right in front of her. So he's getting more boos than anything else. Aizawa explained what he's doing was commendable, but that last remark discredit everything. But the same thing has happened in canon, and Bakugo wins. But this time, knocking her out and also trying to leave a bigger blow than the others. And she's there on the ground, bleeding from her hands and from her mouth. Everybody sees this and start booing and asking again Araka for more help. And at this point, some of rest of class 1A feels bad for her to go through all of that, even from her ex. So when she's in the nurse's office, Zuko explained to everybody that her best way to defeat Bakugo is basically giving up at the very beginning. He saw Bakugo's eyes. He knew that Bakugo wasn't going to hold back. Better yet, he's going to go full force against her. Like he's going to be fighting against me. I don't like it. I don't like her. I don't like him. But I still don't like a fight that brutal. Just so you guys can go to her. He's kind of like buying, trying not to say it, but he has to. When you go to her, say that Zuko Midoriya could have never thought of something better than that. And he also said one tip: go to an agency that will help you with hand-to-hand combat. And he walked off, rubbing his head because he really didn't want to say anything to her. But he's trying to get over it. And Jiro, instead of going to Uraka, he went to Jiro, and to Zuko, and said that was really brave of you to say something like that. And she asked, "Is that all a lie?" Or Zuko said, "No, it was all true. I'm not known for a liar, and I don't want to be a liar." She's a cheater, but I'm not gonna be a liar to anybody. And the girl just happy to hear this, even though some of his truth is kind of hurts. And she kissed him. This time for a lot longer than other times. And Zuko kissed right back. So he calls that he's gonna be the first, the number one winner for the whole stadium. And that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys like it, and goodbye.